Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Meet the Leadership here at EdgeGamers. My name is Demonic. Today I'll be interviewing the game senior manager of EdgeGamers, Aaron. How are you doing today, man?
What's up? I am doing pretty here. How are you, my dude?
All right, man. Well, you ready to get into this?
Sure, let's do it.
Awesome. So, when and why did you first join EdgeGamers?
Oh man, gosh, I think it was 2010, like July 2010. I want to say maybe a little bit later than that. I was on the Counter-Strike Source jail server, and I really enjoyed playing on that server, and I was like, well, let's check this community out. I logged on the forums, put in an application in, and the rest was history.
Huh. So, are there any games, released or unreleased, that you would really like to run an event for in the future at EdgeGamers?
That's a tough question. It would kind of be really cool to run some sort of battle royale as far as either H1Z1, PUBG, one of those, even God forbid Fortnite. But the compatibility to do that, I mean, we would need our own server, things like that. It's too difficult to really put together, and that's something I'd really like to do. But my main event love is competitive Counter-Strike. My background, I used to be a semi-professional shoutcaster for Counter-Strike. I would travel around to LANs. They would pay me to come out and shoutcast for them. So that's my background, was Counter-Strike and Quake, WSVG, World Series of Video Games, CPL, things like that.
That's awesome.
So my main love is competitive Counter-Strike or competitive Quake. That 1v1 or 5v5, first-person shooter.
I couldn't see myself doing that. That's really cool, though. Alright. So, you've been in EGO for 9 years, man. That's almost a decade of your life. What is the main reasoning that you're in the community still?
To be honest, just memories. This place has brought me so many friends that I've met in real life. Summer, for instance, the senior manager for GTA, I know her in real life, and I met her through EdgeGamers, and we've been friends ever since. We meet up with each other. We have lunch, dinner. We go to gaming events with her family, things like that. Legend, the CEO of EdgeGamers, he's one of my best buds. His and I relationship didn't start out too good when I first joined, because I was a punk back then, man. I was a little more immature than I am now. But over the years, him and I have kicked some ass. We did some really cool things with esports back with our EdgeGamers Twitch, and since then it's just progressed from there. Now we're doing these badass global events, and we're gonna continue making EdgeGamers a bigger and more awesome place to be a part of.
That's awesome, man. You were a troublemaker.
Oh yeah. No, I was like 16 or 17 when I first really joined, so I wasn't the best role model, if you want to say that. I was a pain in Legends ass.
Really? In what ways?
Oh, just causing trouble on the servers and stuff.
What servers did you play back then?
I mean, honestly, just mainly Counter-Strike Source Jail. I eventually played some TF2, and then I think I switched over to Minecraft when it first came out.
Really?
Yeah. God. That'll give you an idea of how long I've been in EdgeGamers. When I first joined, we had one of the first servers to put up, and that's when I switched over to that, and then I switched over to WoW as well. But mainly my stint in EdgeGamers has been Counter-Strike related.
Okay, awesome. So, what is your current most favorite game that you play?
Currently Grand Theft Auto for our roleplay server.
Yep.
In a couple weeks, it's gonna be World of Warcraft Classic.
You like World of Warcraft a lot?
I do, especially the vanilla as well as Burning Crusade. So when Classic comes out, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna be hitting it pretty hard. I know a lot of my old friends are.
I can see that. Did you ever imagine a World of Warcraft kind of popular game section or actually supported game for EdgeGamers?
Yeah, I mean, we had one way back when, and we had a pretty popular guild.
Really?
Yep.
Learn some history.
So, will it happen again? Who knows? We might support it again once Classic releases, but if not, I'm sure we'll have a guild in it, but who knows if it'll be supported or not.
Alrighty. So, this actually gets pretty interesting. If you had one piece of advice for new E-members, what would it be?
Ooh, good question. First and foremost, don't ask for promotions. Secondly, get in TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak is the way you're going to be able to communicate the best with every single member. Well, not every single, but most of the members. It's a way to get noticed. It's the way to really connect with the community and be able to make friendships and these connections with people who are around the world that you're gonna, like I said, I mean, because we had Ventrilo back then, but because of Ventrilo, I was able to make these connections with people across the country and the world, and like I said, now they're some of my best friends. So get in TeamSpeak, get active on the forums and in TeamSpeak. Get involved. I mean, gosh, there's media team, there's events. There's so much that you can do to get involved within this community to make it better. And don't join it to be a punk. I mean, join it to want to make the community grow, want to make it a better in some fashion. We all love the exact same thing. We're all here to do the exact same thing, and that's to play games with friends, to come home, disconnect with the world outside that, I mean, flat out sucks, and just play games with friends for a couple hours to escape. And that's, I mean, if you're going to come here to try to ruin that or destroy that, don't. Come here to try to make it better.
I can agree with everything you just said. So, how have you grown as a person with your promotions from E to where you are now as a senior manager?
Gotcha. So, like, basically become more forgiving. I was super strict when I first got my O and when I became leadership, but as time goes on, you learn to become more forgiving and kind of start preaching common sense when it comes to adminning situations or dealing situations with the younger kids that we have in the community. A permanent ban may get dropped here and there, but if you have the time to sit down and talk with a person and kind of just come to terms like, hey, we're here for the same goal. We're here to play games and have fun. I'd love for you to be a part of this. If you're just going to cause problems, we're going to get rid of you. If not, I want you to be a part of this and come play with us. That's the biggest thing, is forgiveness, common sense when adminning certain situations. Don't over admin things that don't need it. There's no reason to mute, gag, ban somebody for the little stuff that I used to. If you just have the time to kind of sit down with them, or even just send them a quick message like, hey, let's just chill out and play the game, a lot of the time that's going to work, and you won't even have to kick them or ban them from the community. A lot of times just a simple, hey, quit it, suffices. And that's kind of transformed itself into my day-to-day life of, you don't know what people are going through in real life. You don't know what they're dealing with. So to be a little more forgiving if they get angry at you or anything like that.
Coming down to our last question here. What is the biggest change you'd like to see to the event program this year?
Oh man. So let me just make something clear here. I'm a senior manager, but I don't manage any of the smaller divisional events. Their leaders do a hell of a job already. I don't want to touch that. I don't want to mess anything up. So, but for global events, I would like to see them become more frequent, which needs me to step up and start the planning process a little more quicker. This last 2v2 tournament that we just had took 2.5 to 3 months of planning, and we're already into May. So I really wanted to have 4 to 5 global events per year, and right now we're on track for 2 to 3. And I really want to change that. I want to have the 4 to 5 year So that's my main goal. Have bigger, better events globally for the community, but I also want to have some badass prizes. That's my another big goal of mine. We had $200 as the first place prize, and that's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
For a little 2v2 for a tournament. It would be really cool if we can reach out to some sponsors and get some peripherals for first, second, and third place. Keyboards, mice, headphones, anything. So that's gonna be. I think I'm a little overambitious as far as getting that done this year, but over the coming years, I see that we're gonna get to the point where we're gonna have some pretty huge events. Hopefully, I mean, gosh, 3 or 4 years ago, we held what's called EGO Pro, and we actually had a LAN tournament. Not many people know about this. We had a LAN tournament in I think it was Las Vegas or Phoenix. Might have been. It was somewhere in the Arizona or Nevada area.
Was it that Vegas trip, or whatever?
No, that was a different meetup, but this was an actual tournament LAN that we were holding.
Wow.
So we had an online tournament, and then we had an actual LAN tournament. And from what I understand, the LAN tournament and everything was just a huge success. So I don't want to get to a LAN point of view again, where we're holding LANs. I mean, if we do, awesome. But the main thing is to get it to the point where we're having these awesome big tournaments online, where we have these super cool prizes for our participants.
That's really cool.
And of course, everything is going to grow EdgeGamers. We are the best community around. We need to continue being the best community around. We need to show people that we're the best.
All right, Aaron. Well, thank you so much.
We will make them understand that we are the best.
Oh my God. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Aaron. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you guys in the next Meet the Leadership. Until then, I'm Demonic. See you guys in the next one.